And his quarterback is still just the second series. They scored a touchdown on their first for Carson Wentz and the Commanders. Quick throw, the pressure was on, and another move. That's Terry McLaurin's first catch of the game. Oh, and he makes it look impressive. 27-yard gain, only the second catch for Thomas. Again, an injury-plagued season last year. He only got into 6 games. Wentz, deep drop, pressure on, gets rid of it. Sideline throw. He's got Terry McLaurin, and that's a Washington Commander touchdown. 49 yards. That sideline.
You see that acceleration, just finding that spot. That throw had to be perfect, because if Carson Wentz doesn't get there on that trajectory, the safety has time to get over there. Safety can't get over. He's behind Campbell on that one.
The safety is...
Griffin.
Yeah, the safety is Andre Sisco, who's the speedy player we talked about, Mr. TikTok, that could have if the ball had hung in the air, but that's that laser arm you're talking about.
Yeah, and
Samuel shifted into the backfield. Wentz, McLaurin. Terry McLaurin. First Lions rookie with 3 sacks in a game. Wentz on first down. McLaurin, his second catch. Scored a touchdown on their opening drive here in the second half. On 1st and 10 from the 16, Wentz fires, looking for McLaurin, who made the adjustment and makes the catch.
All the way from the other side of the field, Carson Wentz buys time, and McLaurin gets that. Oh, it's might have dragged a little bit on the ground, but I don't see a move.
And the handoff is to McLaurin, and he picks up a Washington first down.
So I don't like the call, because you only had one play.
Commanders enter the backfield. Wentz was under pressure, and then a nice adjustment for a first down and more made by Terry McLaurin.
But it had some struggles with that against Detroit. Both of these teams had struggles with that against the Lions offense. There's McLaurin. Makes the grab before Kaiser White is there for the stop.
And then regain a little bit of offensive momentum, a little bit of energy.
Yeah, KP told us about that adjustment, and sure enough, it's playing out. Now a deep ball for Terry McLaurin. He's got it. Big play for the first time today as C.J. Gardner-Johnson was in coverage.
Way to go, fellas.
Press set of downs. Wentz, quick out. McLaurin, first down and goal for Washington.
Game plan, dialing a few more pressures, and you see it again today as defensively they're pitching a shutout.
Another blitz. Good pass by Wentz. There's Wentz. Unloads a good throw to McLaurin out of bounds with 4.5 to play. I don't think that can be understated how important he's been at center. Early season knee injury after he had a midseason leg injury last year. Nice throw by Wentz for McLaurin in front of McPherson. First down.
So yes, you did turn on the right game. Don't want you to be confused. 2nd down and 7. Wentz on the fake. Gets it outside. There's McLaurin who makes the catch for a first down. You hear Tom Rinaldi saying he's been invisible in the first half, so an effort to get him the ball early.
Now they go hurry up again.
They do. They're going to throw it. McLaurin, and oh, that was almost dangerous, and he held on, and he somehow gets down to the 11. That could have been a disaster, but McLaurin, after the bobble, corralled it.
ability to last the entire game.
2nd down and 5. Wentz over the middle, and that pass is caught by McLaurin. Breaking tackles. First down, and still going. Finally, Jeffrey Simmons makes the play after a 25-yard pickup. Wentz to the air on first down. Deep shot down the middle. McLaurin is down there, and it's broken up. Did he hold on? Yes, he did. Wentz, quick pass to McLaurin. Escapes one tackle, and then Christian Fulton is able to make the play at the 20.
And figure out where does Terrence Matthews, number 39, go.
2nd down and 10. Quick pass caught by McLaurin. Trying to shake a tackler, and he does. And he gets the first.
And that's caught for a first down. And all the way out to the 23-yard line goes Terry McLaurin, their number 1 back, 4th year from the 17. To the outside. McLaurin.
So that's why last week you saw him going for it. Tonight you're seeing him going for it on fourth down quite a bit.
Here's McLaurin. Short gain up to the 28 as we come down toward the 2-minute warning. Vildor with the tackle on the play. From the 36-yard line. Coming around the end. McLaurin takes a real shot. Gets to the 42-yard line. That's Eddie Jackson who comes up there, number 4, to take him down. Now Wentz, who is 5 of 14 to the outside and starts with a first down on this drive. McLaurin picks up 11.
Heineke to throw on 3rd and short. Sidearm sling to Terry McLaurin for a first down.
It as the timing, a little bit of his patience as well.
Heineke sets up, looking for Terry McLaurin against Alexander. It is caught! Touchdown! Commanders take the lead. This a 37-yard strike into the bucket, beating one of the top corners in the game. But it's one of the top receivers, too. McLaurin and Heineke put the Commanders on top. It's been mostly runs. This will be a pass under pressure, and somehow it finds Terry McLaurin. Alexander did a good job of sticking with him and dragging him down, but it's a gain of 4. Almost 19 minutes of clock on these last 3 drives. Under pressure, Heineke finds his top target. Again, Terry McLaurin stays in bounds somehow, and it's a first down to keep the clock moving. Play of the game right now. Heineke hit as he throws, launches, it is caught! Terry McLaurin holds on!
Empty backfield here for Taylor Heineke. Making his 2nd start of the season, and there's McLaurin down the sideline. Welcome back to Indianapolis, Terry McLaurin. Played his high school ball 10 miles from here at Cathedral.
Well, you're going to see him here in the slot. He just gets a little stop, but then he accelerates away, and McLaurin able to catch that one. And we talked about how good he is after the catch.
But they like having both of those guys on the field like they do right here for this 3rd down and 10. Heineke caught but short. McLaurin hauls it in, but he just got 9. So now you got a decision to make here at midfield, Robert, on 4th and 1. Facing a 3rd and 10 here. Colts get pressure. Drops it off to McLaurin. McLaurin's not going to get there. He's hit by Kenny Moore, who's had a nice game. Report this week that some teams are interested in trading for Antonio Gibson, but Ron Rivera says we like our running back room where it is right now. Pitch and catch to McLaurin, and McLaurin gets it out to the 48-yard line, and Washington finally has some momentum here on offense. Meanwhile, Washington has won their last 2 to get to 3 and 4. They're trying to make it 3 in a row and come from behind fashion. Over the middle, Okereke wrapping up Terry McLaurin. Clock ticking, down to 40 seconds. Heineke looking, Heineke. They keep the play alive again. He flips it downfield, and McLaurin, the hometown kid, hauls it in at the 1-yard line. What a grab. He ripped it away from Stephon Gilmore.
With one of the best corner and most experienced cornerbacks in football, gets the ball on the shoulder and just rips it away from him.
And now the starting job once again has had a couple of 4th quarter comebacks already this year and throwing on 1st down. And open, there's McLaurin just short of the 40. McLaurin 1 catch. Hogan Thomas, tight end, no catches. Heineke's been sacked twice, dumps it off to Terry McLaurin, who goes out of bounds, or spot this probably around the 45-yard line. Heineke has a moment. And open inside the 25-yard line. Pass completed. Who else? Terry McLaurin, his go-to guy. Tag that he thought brought them together the most with his new team. Heineke and open at the 46-yard line.
Fake the handoff. Good protection. Pass is wide open to McLaurin. And he's forced out of bounds near the 20 by Slay. Taking the Panthers to the Super Bowl in 2015. Here's McLaurin looking for blocking. Nice tackle.
Just playing really good football.
3rd down and 2. Heineke throws and the pass is caught for the first down. McLaurin again.
He's trying to navigate that guy, but he had an opportunity for a big play.
Longest 3rd down of the game, and they convert. McLaurin gets tapped down at the 30 by T.J. Edward. 3rd down and 5. Heineke's got McLaurin. First down at the 25. This is the 2nd 3rd and long all game for Washington. 3rd down and 10. McLaurin gets popped. Still on his feet, but short of first down yardage is Kayvon Wallace after going on IR with a broken finger. Pass to McLaurin, a beauty. And he's brought down just short of first down yardage. Airs it out. McLaurin downfield. Hit him in stride, and the catch is made. What a throw and catch.
Is as good as it can possibly be. And for McLaurin to be able to track that ball down and bring it in. So there's the big play. That's something that the Eagles have not given those up.
Offense 3 and out on their first 2 possessions. Heineke trying to open it up with a throw. And open. Sliding is McLaurin at the 37. Heineke wants to throw it. Hit as he does, but right on target to McLaurin. Big gain and a first down, Commanders. Right at the 46-yard line.
Increases physicality running the football, and I think a lot of that can be attributed to number 8, Brian Robinson.
Little misdirection. They go to McLaurin on the end around here. And he ends up picking up positive yardage into Darren Hall. That's a gain of 5.
Make sure that he's going to confuse that offensive front. He gets everybody up there, hoping that one guy gets open.
Here they come. Heineke able to get rid of it. McLaurin makes the catch, breaks 3 into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
And there's McLaurin. He's going to run basically a drag route, and what he's going to do is make sure that Fabian Moreau has to go through all that traffic. So it's not all bad that the first down was completed.
1st and 15. After the penalty, Hives McLaurin brings it in. Got a nice block. There goes McLaurin into the secondary gain of 20.
Robinson in the backfield. 1st and 10. Heineke blocked by Bates. Going deep. He's got him. McLaurin. What a catch at the 5. Got the ball down at the 6. 1st and goal at the 6.
You know, my initial thought was I thought there was going to be DPI. I thought defensive pass interference. To see him reach out and grab him, and then he's twisting his body.
2nd down goal. There's a block by Cosme. Great time for the quarterback. Now they sift through to the end zone and caught for the touchdown. McLaurin got it right in front of Hufanga. 3-yard touchdown pass. And that's how Washington responds.
Heineke plays well. He's back in. What a story. This doesn't happen all that often in the NFL to get another second chance like this. Trying to get Terry McLaurin involved. He has had a quiet day with 1 catch for 2 yards. Ron Rivera has used the word spark often when it comes to talking about these quarterbacks. Who can give us the spark? Wentz looking for one downfield, and there's Terry McLaurin. His first long catch of the day, just his 2nd grab of the day.
Back to throw it for the first time. Going over the middle has McLaurin reaching in for the end zone and a score. This NFL stuff is easy.
Goes for a touchdown. You can see Terry McLaurin. He's going to come in. He's just going to chatter, and he's just going to run a drag right across that middle backer, Damone Clark. He gets him to stop his feet, and then his speed there on the shallow. Barring some sudden turnaround here today, that appears the way Dallas came out.
Here's how to throw it. Loading up. Going deep. And he's got a man. It is caught by McLaurin.
And a quarterback that has a big-time arm who can spin it and push it down the field. I mean, this ball is in stride. He runs right by Mullen, 37, That's two great deep balls.